yes, Monday. But a short-ish holiday week because the day off comes in the middle of the week, so it's weird that it's, if it was Friday, you'd say, oh, it's a short week, but it's kind of weird because it is still only 4 days, but the day off is in the middle and whatever.
Monday the 23rd. Here we go.
Yes.
Here we go.
My wife, I asked her before we went to bed last night, do you have the NORAD and the Santa Tracker apps? Are you ready to go? She's very excited for that. We've got her parents coming over tomorrow to take her to church. Then we do homemade pizzas, open presents, and then she and I make our way downtown to commiserate with friends and have some libations. And then we get up, open our presents on Wednesday morning. And then we go to her parents' house for a little Sunday afternoon lunch with the rest of the family. Bringing the new dog with us.
Mm-hmm. How'd that go last week? Good?
Good. A lot of time spent with the new puppy. Remy and I spent a lot of time together. Didn't really work on anything. It was not really, a week for training, but, just sort of watching her get a little bit bigger. She's able to kind of halfway jump up on the couch now. She gets a little running start, which is cute. Her and the cat and the other dog getting along.
Everybody shook hands and we're good. Made a pact.
Figuring it out. Figuring it out. But yeah, no, it was good. I just chilled and we spent a couple of days, doing a few things here and there, but we didn't have any plans to go anywhere or do much of anything. So that's pretty much what I did. Is not much of anything. Second floor Sarah would normally be coming in on Mondays, but she's off this week, so
go Pack Go. She's on the bus.
She's on the bus to go to the Packer game to Lambeau tonight,
Yep.
So she's going to be busy with that. We'll talk obviously about the Packer game tonight and this weekend's NFL action. We'll still give you some ideas of things you can do in our area this weekend a bit later on, or this week, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we'll look ahead to the Christmas holiday, some year-end stuff from Google. Talking about Christmas horror movies, all sorts of other things. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, there's some spotty areas of snow and mixed precipitation throughout the area. I did see we're supposed to get some
snow today.
Yeah, late morning, a band of snow will pass through at least some of the area.
Okay.
Maybe an inch. There is a winter weather advisory until 3 o'clock this afternoon for some holiday travelers that are headed out today, so be aware of that. It could be a mix and right around that freezing mark, but that should roll through the area and then make way. Did you see 46 next Saturday?
I saw almost 50 on Saturday, so yeah, that'll be nice for the girls getting ready to go downtown in their skimpy little dresses for New Year's Eve.
Yeah, if you're traveling today, though, just be aware of that snow mixed precipitation on and off today. Otherwise, it looks like the rest of the week traveling should not be a problem.
Got some Dorothy coming up in a bit. If you want to reach out and get in touch with us, find us online at rockmornings.com.
More of your Rock Mornings coming up in just a bit.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. It looks like we have a new entrant for the mayoral race in La Crosse. Fourth person throwing their name in the hat. Chris Stone has now added to the list of potential candidates to run for mayor. Shondell Washington Spivey, Ellie McClune, and Vicky Markison. The other three candidates that have already been announced. Mayor Mitch Reynolds, incumbent, said last month he would not seek re-election, and the deadline to have all the appropriate forms and signatures to City Hall for both the mayor and city council is on January 7th at 5 p.m. So you still have a couple of weeks if you're thinking about throwing your hat in the mayoral race. Of course, there'll be a primary in February before we vote in April for a new mayor. Looks like a bunch of city council races will be up for grabs as well. One person dead after an officer-involved shooting in Chippewa County happened on Saturday night. According to the DOJ, Chippewa County deputies responding to a domestic incident about 11:30 in the town of Lafayette. Law enforcement arrived. Suspect drove away. Deputies found the suspect in the vehicle, tried to stop it. Suspect did not stop. Later crashed the vehicle near the intersection of County Highway K and 50th Avenue. After the crash, the suspect then fired a weapon at law enforcement, hitting a squad car of the Chippewa County Sheriff's Office and an armored vehicle. Two members of the Eau Claire Regional SWAT team then shot their weapons. Suspect dying at the scene. Law enforcement that were involved in the shooting, of course, will be placed on administrative leave leading up to an investigation. No names have been released in that case as of right now. Two canine officers passing away over the weekend. I don't know if you saw this. The Wisconsin State Patrol mourning the loss of two of their retired canines who both passed away last week. Canine Cyrus passing away on December 12th at the age of 12. Cyrus served with the State Patrol from 2015 to 2023, seizing a significant amount of illegal material during narcotics detection sweeps. He retired in April of 2023 with his handler's family. And Canine Nora passed away on the 13th at the age of 13. She was the first canine to be trained by a WSP trooper, Sergeant Todd Brem. So Nora, 9-year career with the State Patrol, sniffing out a large amount of contraband. She retired in 2022 with her handler, and both those dogs now, Cyrus and Nora, also passing away. And, of course, the big news in Wisconsin last week, the shooting at the school. It was rocking not just that neighborhood, obviously, in that city, but the entire state. 15-year-old girl who apparently killed 2 people and wounded multiple others at a private Christian school, according to reports, endured a tumultuous home life with divorces, custody battles, and a series of court-mandated mediation sessions to resolve disputes over her care. Jeff and Melissa Ruppnow married and divorced twice, during which their daughter Natalie would at times travel between the parents' homes every few days and attend therapy. They were married and divorced in 2011, and then married in 2011, then divorced in 2014, and just back and forth. And yeah, I know they had a funeral over the weekend for one of the students that was killed,
Ruby, and then today's services for the teacher.
And apparently conversing with a man from California about the school shooting and plans to do it. Just
20-year-old, yeah.
Oof. Awful. A lot of times I know that that happens elsewhere. You know, you say that, right? And then and now all of a sudden it's barking on your back door.
Did you see, I don't know, the funeral services for Ruby were Saturday?
I just saw the story. I didn't read much more into it.
But her uncle spoke to press, and said, we hold no bitterness or unforgiveness towards this 15-year-old who is a precious child of God and lost her way as well.
3-way on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We've got some Royal Bliss coming up in just a few minutes. And again, if you need something, find us online at rockmornings.com. Here's Mud.
Rock Mornings. On air, online, on the app.
Oh, it's our friends that we miss so much. Royal Bliss, I Just Want You for Christmas. Some Lit before that, and some Mud from Dorothy. If you need something this morning, hit us up online, rockmornings.com. Our friend Jim, who is keeping our freedoms free over in Kuwait, said, Merry Christmas, everyone. Going on patrol the next couple of days. Have a great week. Thank you, Jim. Please be safe.
Yes, please.
And Merry Christmas to you. Lots of sportsing over the last week.
Woo!
Between NFL action, college football playoffs have begun. Of course, the women's volleyball team couldn't quite get the job done, but
Nebraska. They have their
lost
number.
Lost to the top team there. Mm-hmm. But, lots of sportsing over the week that I was on vacation. Also, lots of binging. I told you this. I binged the Penguin series, which serves as like a bridge between the first Batman movie, which just came out like last year, and the next one, which comes out, I think, next year. Robert Pattinson.
Mm-hmm. Did you binge Enigma? The Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, God, no. Bro, I have zero desire to watch that guy talk about how interesting he isn't. I got no desire to watch that. I get it, dude. I get Packer, but like I've hated that guy since day one. I think he's a douche, and I want nothing to do with him. I want nothing to do with it. And as a person who also comes from a broken family, you know what I mean? Like, you'd think that I would have that in common.
Some similarities.
But I have zero desire to watch him talk about how interesting he isn't. I just got zero desire. No, I did not binge that. We did binge, if you want to call it binging, we did watch the 3 episodes of Who Killed John Benet Ramsey, which, of course, is on Netflix. As I mentioned, I binged the Penguin series, which was really good. Also binge watched the latest season of True Detective. I have already seen the first 3, but season 4, Night Country, set in basically Alaska, and it's interesting and unique, and yeah, it was cool. Jodie Foster's in that one. But yeah, I don't know, watch some movies, stuff like that. A lot of sports, though. Bucks got a win over the Wizards on Saturday night, 112-101. They are off yesterday, and then they're at Chicago tonight at 7 o'clock to take on the Bulls. Bears got beat by the Lions yesterday, 34-17. Vikings over the Seahawks in Seattle, 27-24. And, of course, Week 16 in the NFL wraps up tonight with the Saints at the Packers. That'll be at 7:15 on ESPN and ABC. Basically, the Packers win, they're in the playoffs. Yeah. That's kind of how it works. They needed a little bit of help yesterday from, I think, the Falcons, and the Falcons ended up winning with Penix Jr. as their starter, and so that didn't really help the Packers. But looks like if they win, they're going to clinch a playoff spot. Ravens got a big pick six in the fourth quarter to pull away from the Steelers, 34-17 on Saturday night, which clinched a playoff berth for the Ravens. Steelers would have clinched the AFC North with the win at Baltimore. Instead, after Baltimore's win, both teams are now tied at 10-5 atop the division with 2 games to go. Men's basketball team, Wisconsin Badgers, they beat Detroit Mercy yesterday, 76-53. They're now 10-3 on the season, and they are off until next Friday when they host Iowa at 6 o'clock on FS1. Obviously, they're off for the holidays. Nittany Lions, as we were talking about women's volleyball, Penn State NCAA volleyball champions yet again. Penn State powering to a 3-1 win over Louisville in the national championship match yesterday, securing the program's 8th NCAA title. The Louisville Cardinals had the hometown advantage and, of course, won a very emotional set, but couldn't get the job done against Penn State. I didn't realize this, but Penn State's head coach, Katie Schumacher-Cowley, have you heard about her?
I don't
Diagnosed with breast cancer in September, but stayed with the team all season long, became the first woman head coach to win the national championship since the NCAA tournament began in 1981.
You go, girl.
You go, girl. The expanded college football playoffs began on Friday with number 7 Notre Dame over number 10 Indiana, 27-17. On Saturday, number 5 Texas beat number 12 Clemson, 38-24. Number 6 Penn State beat number 11 SMU, 38-10. And number 8 Ohio State beat number 8 Tennessee, 42-17. The quarterfinals will begin on New Year's Eve. Bowl games do continue today. You've got Coastal Carolina taking on the University of Texas at San Antonio. That'll be at 10 a.m. on ESPN in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. And then you've got Northern Illinois taking on Fresno State at 1:30, also on ESPN. That's the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
All right.
Bowl games. Bowls. My bowl boards don't start until, I think, tomorrow. You get a couple of $15 bowl boards, bunch of numbers, like 30 different games on there. So, yeah. See if we can win a few bucks. Don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll see.
We're going to do a couple of stupid Christmas games for money and lottery tickets and things.
Like at your Christmas celebration?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow night, I think, is the oven mitt wrapped $20 bill. Wrapped in the boxes. It's wrapped in boxes, but you'd love it because it's boxes after boxes after boxes.
So you have to unwrap boxes while wearing oven mitts to get a $20 bill?
You shake dice, and you get a double 6, and then you can go. And you pass it to the next person, and you get to try to open, not unopen.
While they're shaking.
And
until
they
get 12, then okay, gotcha.
And you get it around the table. So then you get cash inside.
Okay,
so that's tomorrow night. Also, I believe Solo cups, red Solo cups on hands, and a big pile of
lottery tickets.
Nope, cotton balls.
Okay,
and you gotta and we play a Christmas song, and you gotta get as many picked up and put into your container.
All right, so it's like the dash for cash inside the wind machine.
Yes, and you got to fill up your thing, and whoever has the most cotton balls at the end, and then
what do they win? They get
probably cash. Everybody, cash is king, right?
Hell yeah.
And then the other one we're gonna do, but that one I don't think we're doing till New Year's Eve, is red Solo cups taped all the way around the edge of like a big table where you roll the ping pong balls.
Okay,
and then there's spaces, they can fall into the cups or it can go between the spaces, and the different cups are different things, like lottery tickets and cash or little shooters of, airplane-sized alcohol or
nips,
candy or what,
nips.
But if there's other, fun games that you do at your, celebrations, I'd like to hear about them because we're incorporating, it's got to be a little bit fun for...
You done the pie, the whipped cream slappy game thing?
Well, we used to have the one that was on a stand thing where it would come up and, so I don't think we're going to do that necessarily.
What about the hot dog one? You seen the hot dog one?
Well, I saw the candy cane one where you're
So there's a hot dog one where you tie like a hot dog to a string,
Yeah.
and you then tie it around their waist, and they
Yeah.
have to like sling it, and whoever gets it in their mouth and bites it.
Yes. I saw that with not with a candy cane, like that. You take a thing and you have a candy cane around it, and then you're trying to get the candy cane
And
to
the
hook up
cup on
onto
the
the, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you got to hook
This
it on
is
the
the
cup.
hot dog in the mouth. It's way more funny video.
It's very funny video. It's less Christmassy, though. See
Ah.
what I'm doing here? I got
Christmas
kind of a
hot
zoomed
dog.
It's not Christmas
People
hot
put
dog.
pickles on their Christmas trees, all right? Everything is Christmas at this time of
So
year.
anyway, I'll take suggestions if you've got one that's a winner.
Detroit with, or Bad Flower with Detroit in just a couple minutes.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Tonight on the Hallmark Channel, it's Christmas in an Uber. He's a gorgeous former goat herder from a country no one can pronounce who drives an Uber with his sickly pet goat Cecil riding shotgun. She's a gorgeous veterinary student with flowing blonde hair who needs an animal to practice on before Christmas break.
Are you Adriella? I'm your ride. Don't worry, he no bite.
Will a slightly smelly animal in the car give him a 1-star review? Or will the goat become the goat?
He say very foxy.
It's Christmas in an Uber tonight on the Hallmark Channel.
I don't know if that's on the Hallmark Channel, but it may very well be. All these crazy Christmas movies they got.
Santa Claus last night. Watch that
Which one?
with Tim.
Tim Allen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where he's the dad and
Yeah,
his
falls
dad-
off the roof.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
If you put on the suit, you become Chris
Santa Claus.
Kringle. Yep.
Watch that. And what was the other one this
My
weekend?
favorite part of that is when he goes to Denny's with the kid and like the other
And
dads.
there's
there.
all the
Like,
other
he's
dads.
just- yeah. The turkey's on fire in the kitchen. Yeah.
Oh, Home Alone. That was the other one I watched this weekend.
Okay. Yeah, we watched, I don't know, a number of holiday movies over the last week that I've been on vacation. As I told you, though, I was binging a lot of episodes because I had shows that I wanted to watch that were not holiday themed, so I wanted to get that done while I was on vacation.
I forget every year, by the way, when I watch Home Alone, I forget every year that I want to go get one of those Kenosha kicker jackets off the internet, and then
Yeah.
I forget to go, you know what I mean? And then I forget about it until I watch it again, and it's like, why don't I have one of those members-only Kenosha kickers jackets?
I don't know if it's
You know how
members
great-
only. It's
Well,
satin.
I know,
It's one
but
of
it's,
those
satin.
satin.
It's like
that's
yellow satin. It says,
Yeah.
how great would that be at Oktoberfest, though?
Let's see. Let's see. Wednesday, obviously Christmas.
Yes.
The Bob Dylan movie comes out in theaters. A Complete Unknown, rated R.
I have friends that always go see a movie. That's what their family does.
Donna and I used to do that every year. That was our
Really?
tradition when
Yeah.
we were kids. We would have Christmas with our families, our respective families, and then we would go. He and I would go and watch a movie together.
Yeah, they always do that on Christmas
Day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that and Nosferatu also in theaters on Wednesday. Both of those rated R. Of course, Nosferatu a remake, but the Bob Dylan movie Complete Unknown that's new. Also on Amazon Prime on Christmas Day, Chiefsaholic, a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh,
This is
jeez.
the crazy Chiefs fan
I do not need to see this.
who would show up at games dressed up like a wolf and then went on
Rob
a
Banks.
8-state robbery spree where he was robbing banks all over the Midwest. Also later this week on the 26th, you've got the new season of Squid Game on Netflix. Been seeing some promos for that probably. AEW World's End on pay-per-view on the 28th. That'll be on, Saturday. So, yeah, and obviously all the different holiday specials will be on television and all that crap. Penguin was good. 2 thumbs up for that. Night Country, True Detective Night Country was good as well. 2 thumbs up for that. Trying to think anything else the John Bonet thing was...
I'm sure. So you watch all of that and you still don't know what happened.
No, but it definitely... I mean...
No, you invested all that time in it and you don't really know any more than you did before. You might know details you didn't know because you didn't follow it that closely, but you don't know. She's not found. Nobody's been arrested. It's still a...
Well, there have been people arrested. The guy that they arrested in, Tokyo or Japan or wherever the hell he was, who, admitted that he did it and had all these hours and hours and hours of phone conversations with an investigative journalist.
But didn't.
according to the DNA sample, but the DNA sample was probably tainted because of the mishandling of the crime scene by the police. I mean, when you go back and you granted, this is a 3-hour miniseries about it, so there's a million other pieces of information out there, and if you want to investigate it, go for it. There's, but obviously the takeaway with these things as a person who works in media and has for a long, long time is just how easy it is to convince people that someone is guilty. I mean, and you think about how stupid people are and where they get their information from. I mean, we were talking about this, after the election. We were talking about people Googling the day of the election, did Joe Biden drop out? It's like, that's how dumb people are. They're that stupid that they don't realize, they don't pay attention, that Google, searches for when did Joe Biden drop out were skyrocketing the day of the election. It's like, bro, it's a little late. And so to go back and then see it in a different sense where there was less internet and it was more tabloid trash on that's what I always take out of these docuseries that are from, the Menendez brothers and this JonBenet Ramsey one. But
what are they trying to accomplish with this one, though? Just to let...
Well, I think it's just to sort of, reintroduce the story. Well, obviously, they're trying to get people to watch stuff on Netflix. That's what they're trying to do. But,
right.
But I think, it's not really told from any one perspective. The dad is still alive. The mom died of cancer. The one son who they accused, who was like 9 years old at the time, and I even mentioned that when we were watching the first episode. My wife and I were, of course, talking about it. I said, yeah, at one point they accused the kid of doing it. I said, and when you hear about the violence involved in her death, not like, oh, I hit her over the head and she just kind of died. It was, it seems unlikely that a 9-year-old boy would, and then the assumption by the police that, to say that the boy did it was that she stole some of his snacks. Right? And that was what caused him to go off and kill his sister. It's like, what? Who believes this? Who thinks that's even...
nothing says Christmas like that.
It was, the nice thing is it's short. It reinvigorates the case. I think, honestly, at the end, the big takeaway from the JonBenet thing on Netflix is that the police completely mishandled the situation from the jump, and that is why they haven't been able to find a killer, is because they completely bumbled it from the start.
Okay.
I didn't even realize this. They had the stat. This happened in Boulder, Colorado, which is like it's not podunk little town in the middle of nowhere. I mean, this is a pretty big city, right? That was their first homicide case of the year, and it happened like right at Christmas time in the whole entire city of Boulder.
Right.
So, of course, the police department there's not very well versed in dealing with homicides and how to investigate them properly and all this other stuff. And the first thing you learn is that the cops, told the dad to go just search around the house and see what he could find. Like, isn't that what you're supposed to be doing, bitch? Yeah. Needless to say, it was worth the watch, though. I'll give it 2 thumbs up. Right. So, we've got some Corey Taylor coming up after 3:11.
Rock Mornings, only on 95.7 The Rock.
Corey Taylor with his version of Christmas. Merry effing Christmas. Got a text from Doc who said that his son got one of the Kenosha Kicker jackets a couple of weeks ago. It's freaking awesome. I asked him how the sizes run because a lot of times when you order stuff online, you got to be careful.
Yeah, right.
He said he would ask and get back to me. So,
yeah, I forget, or a T-shirt, or it doesn't have to be. I just forget every year that I say to myself, wouldn't it be funny to have one of those polka.
Couple of hits.
We're
real big.
Spent a lot of time at the funeral home.
Big in Sheboygan. Also got a text from our guy Jim, who is in Kuwait. Said, wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. Going on patrol the next couple of days. Have a great week. Thanks, Jim. Please be safe. Merry Christmas to you, the rest of the troops over there. Mm-hmm. And we expect to have you home in probably about a month now, I think. You were just in jolly old England.
I was.
Germany, Paris.
Mm-hmm. My first time leaving the United States of America ever. Had to get a passport. It was kind of a rush thing. Why? What happened?
Did you go to the Queen Victoria Inn in Somerset, England?
I did not.
Well, this seems like a place that I want to go to. because it's been named Britain's most festive pub. 26-foot snowman made from 2,500 empty wine bottles. You got to see this thing. Look at this. Come look at this. Watch out for your cord.
I like wine bottles.
Dude, look at this snowman. Look how big it is. It's taller than the building.
Oh my
they got
gosh.
lights strung up all over the building. Crazy, weird all over the side. Some kind of huge wreath over here. This massive wine bottle Christmas tree. And then they got this snowman that's all lit up with a top hat and everything.
Wow.
Made out of 2,500 empty wine bottles. It's the Queen Victoria Inn in Somerset, England, if you want to give it a Google. They began hosting Christmas lights displays about a decade ago as a way to raise money for charity.
I love it.
And they have continued to grow each and every year. This year, the pub also features a huge wreath on the side of the building, a 2-story structure covered in 55,000 white lights collected over the years, which stretches over 9 miles long. 9 miles of lights strung up all over the Queen Victoria Inn in Somerset.
Very
The new
festive.
snowman made from a huge steel structure supporting the empty wine bottles collected by the pub and other restaurants in the area. Obviously,
Everybody's helping.
Everybody
It's-
wants to pitch in. Said the owner, Mark Walton, says, quote, "We're a little pub in the middle of nowhere, and it puts us on the map. It brings so many visitors. It is absolutely mental."
It looks very festive and fun.
Yeah, you get a better look at it when you get some pictures that are a little bit closer. But if you want to give it a Google, it's called the Queen Victoria Inn in Somerset, England. And they've got a festive pub annotation now because they got this massive snowman made of wine bottles.
Good for them. And it's charitable. That's so nice.
Offspring in just a bit. If you need something, find us online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene, the Offspring, and come out and play. Obviously, I've been talking quite a bit about our new puppy, Remy. Now 11 weeks old. We've had her just a little more than 2 weeks. Don't know how much she's grown in terms of weight or height or any of that stuff, but you can tell just from being around her and picking her up, she's gotten a little bit bigger. Healthy eater. Unfortunately, likes to step in her food dish, causing all the kibble to go everywhere. Into the water dish, onto the floor. Fenway seizing the opportunity to get extra food in her guts.
Duh. She's not dumb.
So we're working on that, trying to get her to, come in and stand focused in front of the bowl as opposed to just kind of wandering all around. I think there may have been some, with a litter of puppies, there's probably a lot of
Confusion.
jockeying for position.
Yeah.
So we may have to look into some kind of I don't know. It's not too bad right now, but if it gets worse, we may have to look into some kind of contraption. You know
She
what I
might
mean?
grow out of it. She'll be.
So we'll see. Enjoys chewing on things. Like I mentioned, shoes. Likes to drag shoes over to
Yep.
the couch and
Yep.
chew on them.
Yep.
So we got some little puppy chew stick things. Seems to enjoy those. Really likes to sleep. Good, very good sleeper. Still, knock on wood, 2 weeks in, sleeps through the night on the bed with us. There's a lot of moving around that goes on during the night. She does this weird, sliding thing where she kind of slides down your body and then is around your feet and then comes back up. But it's very strange, but whatever. At least she's sleeping through the night. So, there's a guy, excuse me, his name is Stephen Knight. And he was just recently awarded the 2024 CNN Hero of the Year for something he did called Dogs Matter. He started an organization called Dogs Matter, which provides foster care for pets whose owners are seeking substance abuse treatment, covering animal expenses for the foster family and providing post-release services to help the human participants succeed with their sobriety.
Oh, smart.
Obviously, one of those things that maybe gets overlooked, right? We know about fosters, we know about adoption, we know about people taking care of pets and all that
This might
stuff.
be a month or 2 or 3 months that someone might need to receive help, and in that time can't be carrying. And you can't put a dog in a daycare or whatever for 3 months without going broke.
So apparently, this was the 18th annual CNN Heroes All-Star Tribute. And each of the top 5 CNN heroes awarded 10 grands. And Stephen Knight, the guy who started Dogs Matter, got $100,000 to continue his work. Knight said, quote, "This means everything. I represent so much here I represent the recovering community, the dog rescue community. This is going to be able to take us to the next level.
Yeah, that's great.
It's pretty cool. But this guy, started a organization called Dogs Matter. Again, providing foster care for pets whose owners are seeking substance abuse treatment, which, as you mentioned, can take months at a time. And, they might be wonderful pet owners, and maybe sometimes that pet's the only thing keeping them grounded. And they want to get their life on track, and whether it's alcohol or drugs or whatever, got to go into a facility, and the dog, the cat, whatever the animal is.
Well, nobody wants to long-term board that long, and you don't want your animal living like that if they're used to being a part of a house and a family or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, in a time of emergency, you're, of course, always willing to help a loved one or a family member out.
For a week or so.
A week or so, yeah. But it's like you start talking months at a time, you're like, all right, dude, we may need to figure something else out here. So Dogs Matter is the name of the organization. This guy started. His name is Stephen Knight, and he just won the CNN Heroes All-Star Hero of the Year Award. So congrats to him. We've got 3 Days Grace on the way. Also some AC/DC. If you need something, rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
When George was growing up, his father hated all the commercial and religious aspects of Christmas, so he made up his own holiday.
Oh, and another piece of the puzzle falls into place.
All right. And instead of a tree, didn't your father put up an aluminum pole?
Jerry, stop it.
And then weren't there feats of strength that always ended up with you crying?
I'm going to work. You happy now?
Today is Festivus. So if you see a pole that is unadorned with tinsel or garland because someone finds it distracting, then don't be surprised.
If there's some grievances that happen.
If there's also some airing of grievances.
Many Christmases ago, I went to buy a doll for my son. I reached for the last one they had, but so did another man. As I rained blows upon him, I realized there had to be another way.
What happened to the doll?
It was destroyed. But out of that, a new holiday was born. A Festivus for the rest of us.
Yes, today is Festivus, observed on December 23rd each and every year.
George, Festivus is your heritage. It's part of who you are.
That's why I hate it.
The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it. And now, as Festivus rolls on, we come to the feats of strength.
Not the feats of strength.
This year, the honor goes to Mr. Kramer.
Frank, no offense, but this holiday's a little out there.
Kramer, you can't go. Who's going to do the feats of strength?
Until you pin me, George, Festivus is not over.
You couldn't smooth a silk sheet. You had a hot date with a babe. I lost my train of thought. Today, of course, December 23rd, Festivus.
The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances.
If you're looking, it's episode 10 in season 9. If you want to watch it.
1997 season of Seinfeld. It happened so late. That's the part about it. That's the thing about Seinfeld. I've now gone back and binged it, the entire series, 3 times since the start of COVID. And I forgot how late in the series that episode airs.
Season
right?
9.
Yeah, the last season. And it's like crazy because you're like, you have this
It's
very
so
fond
impactful.
connection, and it's such a big part of the series. But then it's like, it happened so very late in the series. It was kind of crazy. But yeah, airing of grievances, feats of strength, Festivus miracles, a Festivus for the rest of us.
You'd have to get your family over, though, tonight, I guess. Don't you have to tell them in person?
The way
like,
they've disappointed you throughout the year,
yeah.
I got a lot of problems with you people, and tonight you're going to hear about it.
You're going to have to call some folks and have them come over.
Also, today is National Christmas Movie Marathon Day. So if you've got this week off and you have no plans, you could sit around and watch all the Christmas movies you want to watch.
I have not done enough of that. I
You did Home Alone?
I teared up a little bit last night because Christmas is almost here and I haven't watched hardly. We got to do. It's not necessarily a movie; it's a
Grinch?
show. Haven't done Grinch.
Elf?
I've parts. It was on and I was like walking through doing stuff. So.
My wife told me last night when we were watching TV, we were watching football yesterday because I had to take. I was like, I got to take a break, and the Pats were actually on television. Even though I knew they were going to lose, I had to watch something besides Christmas stuff. And my wife said that her mom watched It's a Wonderful Life for the very first time in her entire life. And she's, in her 60s or whatever. And she said it wasn't that good. She said it was kind of boring. I was like, yeah, sounds about right.
Kind of boring.
Kind of boring.
Well, we talked last night. Year Without a Santa Claus, so not a movie, but one of the animated classics, is a must for our family. So that'll probably be on tonight or tomorrow.
If you're looking for something a little bit alternative to Christmas films, but still set in the holidays, there's lots of movies like that. Obviously, Die Hard has been long debated about whether or not it's a Christmas movie.
Love Actually, I think there's that one.
Love
right?
Actually, yep. Obviously, other movies that are set at Christmas. Lethal Weapon, the very first one. Is also set at Christmas time. Friday After Next is also set at Christmas time. But these are not traditional Christmas classics that a lot of people watch.
The Holiday, have you ever done that one?
No, I don't watch rom-coms. They're not my jam.
They switch houses in England and New York.
The website Mashable.com put together a list of the best Christmas horror movies. There's quite a few of these. A lot of them you won't recognize, but there are a few that stand out. Number one on the list is Gremlins.
Yes.
Obviously, little creatures coming to life at Christmas time to wreak havoc on the town. You might recognize the center of town there where the bank and the Burger King are is the same center of town from the Back to the Future movie. I don't know if you knew that. Let's see. Violent Night, which came out 2 years ago, made the list. That's the one with David Harbour from Stranger Things as Santa Claus.
Yes.
He's got to kick a lot of Beverly D'Angelo. Her family gets taken hostage, and he's got to kick a lot of ass and kill a lot of people. Krampus. This is, I don't know if they ranked them necessarily, but number 9 on their list is Krampus from 2015. I feel like if it's a ranking, it should be much, much higher.
Yeah, maybe it's just a list.
There's a good one that was on Shudder. It's called A Christmas Horror Story. It came out in 2015. The Shatner's in this. William Shatner, he plays a radio DJ who's getting drunk on eggnog and whiskey in the booth, which is what radio DJs do. And it's kind of like a... What is it? It's almost like what's the word I'm looking for? There's like several different things going on at the same time, and they all kind of come together.
Yeah, merging of storylines.
But in one of the scenes, Santa's got to kill a bunch of elves because they turn into like weird flesh-eating zombies. The original Black Christmas, which really is like kind of the granddaddy of them all, doesn't show up until number 22 on the list. From 1974, the movie Black Christmas, which really is one of the original violent horror films set at Christmas time. That is really a Christmas film. That's at number 22. You've got Nightmare Before Christmas at 25. Is that really a horror movie?
Yeah, well, I suppose it's not. No.
The movie Silent Night, Deadly Night, where the guy sees his parents get killed by Santa Claus and then turns into a killer Santa Claus at the orphanage. That's 21. Jack Frost, the weird snowman.
Yeah. Didn't his dad die and comes back as a snowman or something?
Yeah. Well, there's two of them. One of them's got Michael Keaton. That's not the Jack Frost I'm talking about.
Okay,
this is the other Jack Frost where the snowman kills people.
Okay.
One movie that did not make the list of the best Christmas horror movies, according to the website Mashable, is Terrifier 3. Art the Clown at Christmas time killing people and scaring them to death.
That's a whole different kind of Christmas vibe, isn't it? That may be after Christmas. Leading into New Year's, the horror movies.
Mashable.com if you want to check out the list of Christmas horror films. There's a lot of them on there. There's a few that I haven't even seen yet, and we watch all that crap. So we'll have to try and watch some of those. Right now, it's 3 Days Grace.
Rock Mornings on 95.7 The Rock.
Yeah. Guns N' Roses, You Could Be Mine on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Again, some snow possible in the area today with a high of 38. Later this week, though, on Saturday in particular, up near 50.
Yeah, and today there is that chance of precipitation across the area. Very light icing is possible in places. Could be a mix of snow, could be rain, could be ice, could be some issues. Winter weather advisory because of that until 3 o'clock this afternoon. But then after that, as you mentioned, warming up for the rest of the weekend. It looks like if you're traveling tomorrow or on Christmas Day, we're going down and back all in one day. That should be fine later in the week. Getting up to, mid 40s, it looks like on Saturday. Chance for rain. I think all the snow is going to be gone because we're looking at really mild temperatures the rest of the week and then that rain on Friday and Saturday. So I think it's going to all melt.
Sloppy mess.
Yeah, sloppy mess. Not happy about that.
Bucks over the Wizards on Saturday night, 112-101. They were off yesterday. They're at Chicago tonight, 7 o'clock, taking on the Bulls. Bears got beat by the Lions yesterday, 34-17. Vikings over Seahawks in Seattle, 27-24. And, of course, Week 16 in the NFL will wrap up tonight with the New Orleans Saints at the Green Bay Packers, 7:15 on ABC ESPN. Mom taking a nap? What's the sitch here?
Oh, yeah. Night games are hard.
Yeah.
She'll make it. She's excited.
All right. Badger men's basketball beating Detroit Mercy yesterday, 76-53.
Okay.
Improved to 10-3 on the season. They are off until next Friday when they host Iowa at 6 o'clock on FS1. Bowl games continuing today. You've got Coastal Carolina taking on the University of Texas at San Antonio. That game is at 10 a.m. on ESPN. It's the Myrtle Beach Bowl. And then at 1:30, it's the famous Idaho Potato Bowl featuring Northern Illinois taking on Fresno State. That game also on ESPN.
You can sport every day.
Bowl games, baby. Bowls. Charlie Woods, Tigers kid, hit his first hole in one.
No way.
At the PNC. Yeah,
Dude,
it's
get
crazy.
out of here.
It's crazy. Tiger went driver off the deck. Father-son shot rounds of 59 and 57 to make their first PNC championship playoff, but it was not enough to beat 67-year-old Bernard Langer and his son Jason, who won Bernard's 6th and Jason's 4th PNC title, with the former making an eagle putt on the second playoff hole yesterday.
Dude, a hole in one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tigers kids got it, man. It's got it. And Badgers football team, boy, it's going to look drastically different next year.
What?
This dumpster fire of a season that they had is everyone's leaving. Everyone is transferring out of Wisconsin. Nobody wants to play for this dumpster fire.
All the players you're talking
it's
about?
It's not. We may have to go back and talk about this with Grant tomorrow because I know we're focused on the Packers and the playoffs and all that, but this is not good. Wisconsin football team going to have a completely new quarterback room next season as Mabry, whatever the hell the guy's name, Mabry,
Okay.
Mettenauer, the last scholarship player left at the position on the roster from this season, is now expected to enter the transfer portal. 6'4", 230-pound true freshman from Woodlands, Texas, was a consensus 4-star recruit coming out of high school this season. He served as a top backup to Braden Locke, after Tyler Van Dyke suffered a season-ending knee injury against Alabama. Metauer, whatever the hell the guys, I can't pronounce names, dude. My ability to pronounce names is not, it's severely lacking. He appeared in one game, completed his only pass attempt, but he's like, I got to get the hell out of here.
Really?
Yeah. Well, Van Dyke and I think and Locke are also in the transfer portal, so yeah. It's going to be some guy off the street throwing the ball for Wisconsin next year.
Ugh.
Right? Sports on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Dirty Honey in just a bit. If you need something, find us online at rockmornings.com.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
That is The Optimist from 10 years on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene.
Looks cloudy, doesn't it? Or It's not going to be very bright.
I did get a text from Cheryl who said it's raining in Spring Grove right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think throughout the morning up until about mid-afternoon, you could see some rain, you could see some icing, you could see some snow flurries. It's a possibility.
Also wants to hear some Metallica, Welcome Home Sanitarium. I'll try to get to that. I said, drive safe out there. She said, will do. Put the studded tires on last Friday. They help out quite a bit. Also got a text from someone who said it's already rainy and slick wherever they are. So.
Okay, be careful. Yeah, that's a thing today.
Text from Chris in Alabama said, Die Hard is and forever will be a Christmas movie, and if you don't agree with me, come fight me.
I don't think we were arguing with that.
He said even Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie. I would argue that Die Hard 2 is more of a Christmas movie than Die Hard 1 is. Because it's legit like Christmas at the airport.
So have you watched that Carry On movie?
Yeah, we watched that.
Is that a new Christmas movie? Because it takes place at Christmas, doesn't it? Sort of?
Yeah, again, you're pushing the boundaries of what is considered Christmas. It's set at Christmas.
Yes. Okay.
There's a few Christmassy things that happen, but it's not, I wouldn't put it in a Christmas box. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there's several things about the movie that I didn't like. It was fun. It was exciting. Jason Bateman was great, but
don't ruin it for me. No spoilers, because I do want to watch that one this week. Is it
There's
good?
a huge plot piece that just doesn't. You have to absolutely, completely
suspend reality.
This guy is at LAX.
Yes.
One of the busiest airports in the world. And he's putting an explosive device through the TSA thing. And you can tell, I'm not telling you anything you don't know from the
trailer.
From the trailer. The TSA guy has to let it go through. Well, this thing is pinging left and right. Ping, 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 ping. It's showing him all of the things that are wrong with this luggage. And you're telling me that
one guy
can somehow override the system, like those things aren't popping up in a back room with a supervisor somewhere? Come on, bro.
So that was it? The mechanics of it is
that one part really, I was just like, this is it.
Because that guy can let it
and
through.
Then I don't want to give too much.
No, don't.
Then they go into like where the luggage is, in the back, where everything's going around. And there's like no one working back there on the busiest travel day of the year. And I get it, it's all automated and all, but like there isn't like a couple of dudes working back there. There's literally no one back there. It's just all chutes and ladders back there those parts are hard for me when I'm watching movies because it's fun and I like it, but like, come on, bro, a little bit more reality, maybe. Mm-hmm. Anyways. Yeah. What is it called? Carry On?
Carry On.
Taron Egerton and Jason Bateman. It's okay. Google just putting out their search trends for 2024, even with a couple of days left in the year. Top 10 news topics that we Googled in 2024. Go figure, the election. As I mentioned earlier.
Way. There was an election?
Joe Biden dropped out of the election. The soccer tournament, Copa America, was number 2. But this is probably worldwide, right? 2024 Summer Olympics.
Makes sense.
Number 3. There was a lot there. We had the pistol guy. We had the pommel horse guy. We had we had Gojira. Right? Yeah, we had her. I don't want to talk about her anymore. Hurricane Milton. That was a big Google item.
Well, both hurricanes, I would imagine.
Also, Paralympics at number 5.
Nice.
The next 5 were Project 2025.
Part of the election stuff.
Trump assassination attempt. U.S. House election results. Heat advisory. Didn't we have a heat dome? What was it this year? Heat dome?
All right, heat advisory. People.
And then Hurricane Helene.
Yeah, the other hurricane.
Those were the top 10 news topics that we Googled in 2024. The memes, some of these you'll recognize, some of them you might not. Demure, I don't know, is that really a meme? They call it memes and trends, I guess.
I was just going to say, yeah, that was
a trend.
Yes.
Right, so one girl said be demure, so what is that?
And mindful.
Wash your armpits? Is that what that means?
She was going to a job and how she dressed or whatever. But it was
so dress up for a job interview is called demure.
Demure and mindful.
And now they're selling clothes to be demure. They got big. So dumb. Let's see. 17 diapers. I don't even know what the hell that is. Of course, I don't know anything about diapers. Roman Empire, which this is like a Barstool thing, which I never really got. Men sit around and talk about what happened in the Roman Empire.
Yeah,
right? That was apparently a thing.
Yes, because you know things about that. It takes up your brain matter. Is that
some of the
deal?
top memes and trends of 2024, according to Google. Brat, right? It was a brat summer, right? Was it? Which one was that?
Mm-hmm. Part of the election and talking about
that. No, but which
was
it? Which artist was that? Camila Cabello? Which one was it? Lindsay Lohan?
Charlie X.
Charlie XCX. Yeah. Oh, that was her. Okay. I don't know, dude. I don't know who these girls are. I couldn't tell them apart. If you spotted me 5, I couldn't figure out who 6 of them were.
But that was part of all the election stuff.
Another one that
Brat Summer.
Big back, which I found very funny. It's people with the hump on the back.
Yeah.
Recipes. There you go.
All right.
The top recipes that we were Googling in 2024. This is all according to Google. This is their search trends.
Got it.
Olympics chocolate muffins, which were made famous by the Norwegian swimmer.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he eat those? Like he couldn't stop eating those?
Henrik Christensen. Tangulu. Tangghulu. Tangghulu. Mama Kelsey's cookies. Also, dense bean salad. Boy, we really didn't Google anything all that delicious sounding to me.
Chinese candied treat. Fresh fruit is coated in melted sugar.
Yeah.
That is Tangula. I didn't know about that one.
Also, pickles. Very big this year.
They were big.
So big that Google devoted a special section
to just pickles.
To our very favorite pickle recipe searches. This year, pickles were so impactful that Google had to put a whole different category for searches of food items because pickles were so important and popular.
My daughter got so excited when they did the limited edition pickle bun at Jimmy John's with the sub. And
Has she had the Burger King one?
No, I don't think
There's
she's
like
had
a
that.
fried pickle one.
Yeah.
Burger that they got now.
No. It was the sandwich made out of it.
Dill pickle bread, daikon radish pickles, pickled cucumber salad, pickled Dr. Pepper, and refrigerator pickle brine. All in the top pickle searches.
Like me some pickles.
And our favorite tourist attractions that we were Googling were the Sphere in Vegas.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Navy Pier in Chicago. The Edge in New York City.
Okay.
The Kentucky Horse Park in Lexington. And then the Willis Tower in Chicago. Big spots. But Google releasing their
trends.
Year in search trends. No big surprise. Election reigning supreme over just about everything.
So Cookie Palooza was this weekend, speaking of recipes.
Your family and friends and kids and neighbors and...
Yep. And so for the most part, it's just decorating sugar cookies at this point.
They're already baked.
Frosting and it's all done. Did a couple other things, but for the most part, that's what that is.
Yeah.
I tried to make... I think I say macaroons, and I know that's not right. The French the cookie, the French macaroons. Macaroons, I think is how they're actually pronounced.
So they puff up in the middle.
Yeah, they're like little discs, and you have to do this meringue thing, and then you do the thing, and then you put it together, and then you're supposed to squeeze them out and do this. Well, they're very...
delicate?
Temperamental.
Right. It's like a what is that cake?
Souffle kind of thing.
Souffle where it deflates if you're not careful. Did you lose your mind?
They didn't turn out, is all I'm going to say.
Right.
Last night, it was the batter. By the time I was supposed to start squeezing it onto the thing, I was already like, this is not good. This is bad. I have messed this up. I threw them away. That's how bad they were.
So maybe making macaroons could be included in 12 Pains of Christmas.
It was bad.
Rigging up the lights, making macaroons.
Don't do it. Well,
Send
I
them
don't know.
Christmas cards.
If you can do it, I don't know what I did.
That's why you just buy that crap at the store. It's like tomatoes, right? Yeah, you grew 1,000 tomatoes, but what did you really save? Like $1? You know what I mean?
Well, I just wanted to say that I could do it, and I couldn't. I couldn't do it.
Rock Mornings on your rock station.
And making macaroons.
Don't do it. I'm mad, and I think that I'm going to
give it another go?
I'm going to give it another go.
Maybe if you gave it a go when you don't have so much other stuff going on.
Exactly. I was going to...
without the kids and the other crap and Lori and the wine, maybe it's more of like a Gene alone, focused, attentive. Everything is focused on the macaroons as opposed to everything else that's going on.
I did that. That was yesterday. I was alone. It was me and the husband, and I tried to... And I watched a couple videos with some helpful tips and hints and stuff because it's not just, they're not
right
simple something. But then I was going to try to redo it today, but I'm going to run out of time.
Is it your oven? Does your oven have hot spots
I didn't even get to the oven. It was, I think I over mixed my meringue. Is what
were you hand blending or were you?
I had the kitchen. You have to do the KitchenAid for this because it's like it really has to whip and it has to get thick and all that stuff. I think that's what I did because I even measured all my ingredients like with a scale. That's how specific it is. You can't just.
I mean, it's baking is particular when it comes to that, but
yes,
it's really more about you should probably try to hand if you're whipping.
I don't know, but I may try later this week. I'm not going to try to fit it in today. I don't have time for.
I got a message from my guy Hans.
Hans said what?
Said, let's not forget that Rambo First Blood took place at Christmas. That is true. Louis said the same thing. He echoed those sentiments when he texted us, said First Blood, Christmas in the police station.
Is that a Christmas movie?
Again, it's one of those movies that takes place at Christmas, so you could call it a Christmas movie if you want.
Okay.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. We'll get to some music from Days of the New in just a couple minutes. And if you want to get in touch with us like Louis and Hans, Find us online at rockmornings.com.
More of your Rock Mornings coming up in just a bit.
Days of the New, Touch, Peel, and Stand on Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. Finn Wolfhard, 22 years young, plays Mike Wheeler on Stranger Things. Also, Egon's grandson, right, in the new Ghostbusters films. Did you watch the new one, The Frozen Empire?
I did not.
It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, they're going to be in their 40s by the time they wrap up Stranger Things. I think the filming just ended, actually, for the new season.
I saw some stuff over the weekend about Millie crying at the last filming of the final set.
But much like Beverly Hills 90210, they're going to be in their 20s playing teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
That's all right.
So Finn Wolfhard, Mike Wheeler, is 22. Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam. How old do you think Eddie Vedder is?
58.
Close. He's 60, and he wants you to make him fries.
Make me fries.
Make me fries. Never not funny. Jim Harbaugh, the Chargers head coach, 61. Loves him some khaki pants.
Good fitting pair of khakis is
kind of a
hard to
hardo,
beat.
right? Didn't he have a sleepover in some kid's house one time that he was trying to recruit? Went to his house and took his shirt off in his living room and then slept over his house or something like that. Yeah, Jim Harbaugh,
wow.
Chargers head coach, 61. Dave Murray of Iron Maiden, 68. I think he's like the second longest running continual member of Iron Maiden. But yeah. Dave Murray of Iron Maiden, 68. Also celebrating a birthday today, she is 78, born on this day in 1946, Susan Lucci.
And the outstanding diva is... The streak is over, Susan Lucci!
Now, I know that her program is not meant for people like me, but I couldn't tell you anything about Susan Lucci other than the fact that she was on a soap opera, and she didn't win an award for a really long time, and it was a big deal when she won it.
Yeah, like a long
That was
time.
it. I don't know what show she was. It was like 19 years. And, and she was supposed to get it all these times, and she kept getting passed over, and then they made a big deal of it, and now no one cares about it, right?
Yeah.
That's the deal?
Erica Kane on All My Children.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I feel so much better now.
Thank you.
When I get on Jeopardy, I'll know that one. Paul Hornung, former Packers player, born on this day in 1935. He died in 2020. Go, Pack, go! 7:15 tonight on ABC and ESPN.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football. And also born on this day way back in 1971. He died in 2010. He was one half of the Coreys. Corey Haim.
You're creature of the night, Michael.
Aww.
Just like out of a comic book. You're a vampire, Michael.
You are?
My little brother, a vampire. Oh, you wait till Mom finds out, buddy. Say me what? Say it!
Silver Bullet, Lost Boys, License to Drive, Dream a Little Dream, just a whole bunch of them. Corey Haim, born on this day in 1971. On this day, December 23rd, 1972.
Bradshaw trying to get away. And his pass is broken up by Tatum. Tipped off. Franco Harris has it. And he's over. What? Franco Harris grabbed the ball on a deflection.
Obviously, when you're talking about audio from a football game from 52 years ago,
It sounds a little like
it sounds a little bit muddled, but that was the Immaculate Reception, one of the greatest plays in NFL history. It occurred on this day in 1972, the Immaculate Reception. 1988, Hellbound, Hellraiser 2 in theaters.
We have such sights to show you.
No, we don't.
Don't want to watch that at Christmas.
I do not want to watch that. I did watch it, and now I don't want to.
On this day in 1990, Wendell Scott, the first black driver to win a NASCAR Cup Series race, died at the age of 69 of cancer. 1994, the movie Street Fighter in theaters, starring the muscles from Brussels, Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's like one of Raul Julia's final movies before he died. Obviously, a live-action movie based on the popular video game series that did not do well.
No.
It was a really bad movie. Shouldn't have been made bad. Like, doesn't even have any cult-like following. It's so bad. It's really, really bad. Really bad. Like, really, really bad. The only way it could have been worse is if it starred Hulk Hogan. It was so bad. Street Fighter.
Like a waste of your time?
Oh, God. I tried to rewatch it like a while ago because it's on Netflix. And I'm like, I haven't seen this in forever. Oh, no. I got about 10 minutes in. I'm like, why am I watching this? What am I doing? Where's my life? Like, I gotta make better choices. I got a spooky spin call my name. I gotta get the hell out of here. Ugh, so bad. And in 2000, 24 years ago today, Billy Barty died at the age of 76 of heart failure. He was a what do you call him? Dwarf, little person.
Yeah, from
midget,
what?
whatever.
Like
he was in a bunch of stuff. You might remember him best from UHF with Weird Al Yankovic.
No, I've
He was
looked
the
all
cameraman.
over. I don't see a Noodles McIntyre. Macintosh. At your service.
There you go. Some stuff that happened on December 23rd, along with some birthdays. We got some Jerry Cantrell in just a bit. And even though Second Floor Sarah is not here today to let us know what's happening in the area this week, I'll give you one. I'll give you one. We'll get to that next.
Rock Mornings. On air, online, on the app.
Normally, we would have Second Floor Sarah come down and join us on Mondays to talk about stuff that's happening in our area this week. But she's getting ready to go on the bus to Lambeau today to see the Packers take on the Saints tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Should be a good time. Seems like the Saints are concerned with the weather, as they should be. It's going to be chilly.
I saw those pictures of players getting on all bundled up versus like.
Did you see the one?
And I've seen North players wearing like a hoodie. And
I think the guy in the jacket with his jersey on over it yesterday. Did you see that guy?
I did not see that guy.
I think he played for the Browns. We were watching. We watched obviously the first game, which was what the hell was? I don't know. It doesn't even matter. But
so he had his jacket.
Normally the players, they might wear like Brady famously would wear like a wetsuit, right? Like a deep dive wetsuit.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Because it's very insulated. And it's also very stretchy, right? Which you need.
I got to see if I can find this guy.
But there's a guy, I think he played for the Browns, and he had on a brown, parka with the whole hood with the fur on it, and it was underneath his tiny little jersey. And he's like a big dude. And they were saying that apparently when the teams he used to play for were in, Arizona and Miami, so he's not used to the cold weather at all. And he's out there warm, and now he's not playing in it, but he's warming up in it. But instead of putting the jacket over the jersey, and there must be some rules against that in the NFL, he had this puffy Goodyear blimp jacket underneath his jersey yesterday. It was hilarious. I can't remember who but I think he was a Browns player. Anyways, I digress.
Mm-hmm.
Normally Second Floor Sarah would give us something to look forward to or do this week. The only thing I really want to point out is Rotary Lights. It's a wonderful community thing that we do here in La Crosse.
You went last week.
I went last week. We walked around. It was Monday night. It was, still very mild in terms of temperature. And it runs nightly through New Year's. So you only got about a week left if you want to take advantage of Rotary Lights. It's free. However, they do ask for monetary donations or non-perishable food items.
Canned goods, boxes.
We brought down a bag full of stuff and dropped it off, made our way through the park. They've got free s'mores, right? They got the fire pits going behind the stage.
Yep.
Where they've got free s'mores, right, for the kids if you want to do that. Santa and Mrs. Claus in the park. They got a live nativity scene. Now, these are not all of these things are every single night.
Right. There's entertainment in the ice castle.
Right. They've got live music.
Rides.
They've got a couple of reindeer in the park as well if you want to see a couple of the reindeer. Carriage rides. This year, I did not know this until just this morning, but the helicopter rides had been canceled. They would take, I think the last couple of years, they had a helicopter that would take off from down at the Fest grounds, and you take a view of the park from above. Also at 6 p.m. nightly, you've got our friends from the La Crosse Skyrockers lighting off fireworks, whether it's from Pettibone Beach or from Grandad Bluff. It alternates day to day, and they do that up until New Year's. Christmas Eve, which, of course, is tomorrow. The park opens up at 5, goes till 9 p.m. Christmas Day, it's also 5 until 9. And then New Year's Eve, it's 5 until 1 a.m. So it's open even later on New Year's Eve if you want to make your way down there for a little midnight spectacular.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. My daughter was down there on Saturday night volunteering. Obviously, it takes a community to put something like that together and to do the cool things. We can drive through if you've got people that don't want to walk or can't, or that's how we used to enjoy it with my mom when she would come. But you can also park and walk through, and take a little bit longer, stop at the ice.
They've got a
warm
new
up, get some hot cocoa.
I will say that with the weather being as mild as it has been, they have a new maze that they set up, like a light maze on the south side by the fountain, by where the big water fountain is. It's a little muddy in there, so take that into account if you've got little dogs with short little legs that you don't want to be covered in mud.
Little covered with snow right now, but it's going to be mild, so yeah.
Check out rotarylights.org for more info. But if you haven't been down there, please check it out. Hay rides. They've got a couple of concession booths available. Mm-hmm. The Chili Revolution people are down there.
Where you can do
lots of photo opportunities. Lots of trees from a lot of great local organizations. So check it out. Rotary Lights at Riverside Park, running now through New Year's Eve. If you haven't been down there yet. And please remember, a food or cash donation is welcome. Mm-hmm. When you make your way through the lights. I did not see the dumpster this year, though.
I know they're collecting. I just don't know where it is.
Maybe they don't have the big dumpster like they did in the past. So there you go. Second floor, Sarah, again, off to the Packer game tonight.
Go, Pack, go.
And if I had a recommendation of something to do in our area this week, it would be head to Rotary Lights at some point. Especially if you got grandma coming to town, like you said. Maybe she only makes it here once a year.
And you can drive through. They don't, if they,
right.
if
and they got a radio with the music tuned in for the lights that move and all that crap. So, yeah, good times. We'll get to the friggin' sports after Jerry Cantrell.
Rock Mornings with Brian, Gene, and Shaw.
Rock Mornings with Brian and Gene. That, of course, Jerry Cantrell vilified. Alice in Chains maybe misappropriating some COVID funds, apparently. See about that?
I did not. Oh, what?
Supposedly, yeah. They, along with several other bands, have been named in a report about entities that may have misused some of those PPP loans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a lot of money, apparently.
Millions.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of millions. A lot of money.
And Shinedown?
Shinedown as well, yeah.
Ooh.
Well, when you're... And look, I read a little bit of it. I didn't really get all that deep into it. So if you want to find out more, you can certainly go down a hole. But when you're a multi-million-dollar marketing and music machine, right, and you're a company and an entity onto yourself, you're not just a band that's touring and playing clubs and making a few bucks here. We're talking about, hundreds of people in the background that are putting the stages up and taking the stages down and lights and security and all that crap. Truck drivers. I mean, look at Taylor Swift. Perfect example, right? Think of the millions
of crew, the
amount of people that make those things happen, right? There's a lot of mouths to feed. But there's also you got to be on the up and up with some of that stuff. So we'll see how it all shakes out. But yeah, Shinedown and Alice in Chains both named in this report about misuse of PPP loans. The friggin' sports!
Okay.
Brought to you by one of the greatest things of all time.
What is it?
There's so many memes about it, but everybody knows you love it. Free pizza, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd rather get an actual Christmas bonus of money. But coming in and seeing that there's free pizza isn't all that bad. Right?
Well,
it's free pizza.
It's free pizza.
And everybody loves free pizza. And that's what happened yesterday in Cincinnati. One man became an instant hero to all the fans at the Bengals game yesterday. A guy wearing an Evan McPherson jersey won everyone in Paycor Stadium a free pizza after he kicked a 40-yard field goal yesterday. Yes. Much like the Pat McAfee challenge, right, where he goes around and gives you money. This guy, though, kicked for pizza. The guy did not want to be identified, apparently. Taking part in the Bengals Slice the Uprights field goal challenge that will give fans the chance to win free pizza. A successful attempt from the 10-yard line gives the kicker free pizza for a year. Bro, 10 yards, that's like a 20-yard field goal, right? A little chip shot, right? Successful attempt from the 30-yard line gives the entire stadium a free slice. So now you're talking about a 40-yard field goal from some dude in the stands.
Right.
Fans on Sunday.
On now. What else? What else? Then he goes to 40?
It's crazy. This guy, I don't know if you've seen it, but he winds up, kicks it, and it essentially is like almost dead center. Santa is underneath the field goal post. It cooks a little bit to the left. He does the gritty right there on the middle of the field and wins free pizza for everybody in the stadium.
I see this.
Courtesy of Donato's.
So he could have gotten himself pizza for a year at the 10-yard line, but decided not to, and then took the greater challenge of going farther. So he could have won it for himself for a year, but he said, no, bro, I'm either winning it for the whole stadium or I'm not winning it at all.
Much like bricking for chicken, which we've heard before, NBA teams missing 2 field goal or free throws. This guy sets up at the 30-yard line to try and help everybody out this holiday season, and that's exactly what he did. The Bengals even tweeting out, holy bleep, 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 all capital letters. This dude just won free pizza for the stadium. Pizza emoji presented by @Donato's. Dude with the 30-yard field goal kicks it through the uprights. Santa is having himself a field day. It's their Bengals mascot wearing a
people went
Santa
nuts.
suit. Oh, yeah.
The whole place.
Well, the whole place knows. They just won free pizza. How awesome is that?
It's really great.
Also, I Googled NFL player wearing jacket.
I can't find it.
I couldn't find it either.
I can't either. No.
So if anybody's got that, let me know. Brandon texted in and said Donato's fixing to go bankrupt. I'm sure they write that into the agreement.
Insurance policy on those things.
Into the agreement with being the official pizza of the Cincinnati Bengals, but... And it's probably like one of those it's like what Taco Bell does with Steal a Base, Steal a Taco, right, during the World Series. So it's like probably some tiny-ass personal pan pizza type thing, and it's only available for 1 hour on a Tuesday in September, you know what I mean, when everybody forgets about it. One of those things, right?
And there's an insurance policy.
And there's also, some kind of insurance policy going on there. But that's pretty badass.
Yeah, it is.
You're in the house. This guy has an attempt. Could just win himself free pizza for a year.
Yep.
With the easy little chip shot.
But he does it. And the crowd goes wild.
Hell yeah, they did. The friggin' sports brought to you by the Bengals fan who won everybody free pizza. We'll get to bad news, happy music next.
Rock Mornings, only on 95.7 The Rock.
You're about to enter a beautiful, exciting, wonderful new world.
A cockroach living in your nostril.
Now that's just nasty.
Add in some haven't pooped for 30 days.
Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop.
And sprinkle in some #Florida Man for flavor.
Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man. Florida Man. Florida Man.
Florida Man.
Florida Man quits his Burger King job, steals all of their chicken nuggets.
It's bad news.
Bad news.
With happy music.
Let's rock.
This is one you're not going to like.
Oh, boy. What now?
A ski lift at a resort in Colorado cracked. Middle of the day on Saturday. Stranding 174 skiers and snowboarders for hours on the ski lift. Remember the guy that had the video of the amusement park ride?
Yes.
Earlier this year where it cracked and he was like, and the ride was still going?
Yes.
Similar. Cracked. The gondola lift at Winter Park Resort came to a halt when its system detected a crack shortly after noon.
Well, that's really good.
Which is good, as opposed to the ride continuing.
No. So it's sensing that there's an issue and it just immediately stops it. So tell me.
The lift passengers were each lowered down by ropes. They had to get some kind of elaborate rope system going to get these people out of there. Here, we're going to throw this rope up there. You hold on to it and we'll figure it out.
Okay. It's better than the movie I saw where the guy froze up there.
The process took about 5 hours, leaving some riders stuck in the air for the better part of the day.
Yeah. Ugh.
174 riders. Ski patrollers reaching the cabin of each suspended gondola from above, lowering the passengers' equipment to the ground before using a rope attached to each seat to safely move everyone back to the ground. Sunday, workers beginning to replace the broken part of the lift. State regulators
mount up.
There you go. along with the lift manufacturers, part of an ongoing investigation with the resort officials to determine what caused the crack. You said crack. Just a giant crack.
I'm guessing there's a lot of people there skiing over the holiday, too.
Yeah. You think?
Mm-hmm.
This is in the state of Maine. The rain in Maine falls mainly in Maine. Did you know that?
On the plains, isn't it?
It can be. Kind of a man after my own heart. I got to be honest. I read this story today and I was like, I can see that. A central Maine contractor charged with felony theft after allegedly accepting thousands of dollars for a home renovation project that he never completed. Now, that's not the part where I see myself in this gentleman.
They hired him to do it. They paid him. He never finished the work.
Correct.
Okay.
This is in Bangor. The police there in Bangor say they arrested 45-year-old Jason Bryant at the Hollywood Casino over the weekend after he was indicted by the Penobscot County Grand Jury. According to the department there, when officers arrived to the casino to arrest this gentleman, he was busy playing a slot machine and asked to finish his game to secure bail money.
Could I just a couple more minutes?
This is going to cost me a lot of money.
Look where I am here. I'm so close.
I'm almost so. I'm look at this jackpot. Look how high up it is. I'm $4 it, man. What do you want from me? Investigators say an elderly couple from Bangor entered into a contract with this gentleman who was doing business as JRB Construction to perform some work on their home. They allege that the work was never done, despite thousands of dollars in checks they had written to Bryant being cashed. Apparently, this is a very notable case in the state of Maine because it's one of the few states in the U.S. without regulations for home contractors. So this guy probably
What are you
knew
talking about?
and built the system. Maybe we've been doing it for years to people, right?
There's no rules?
Apparently, the news stations there have reported on it extensively over the years as homeowners in the state of Maine have lost millions of dollars to fraud. Well, yeah, imagine you're this guy. All right, look, scenario, right? You're this guy. You know that the rules don't exist. You just change your company name.
Yeah.
So every time you bilk someone out of thousands of dollars,
you just
disappear and become somebody else.
Yes.
Do it all over again. Ugh. In many cases, victims are told criminal charges are not possible and they should pursue civil litigation instead. In this case, however, Bangor police say they believe they have the resources to see the victims get justice, which means they must have a lot of evidence on this guy. Crazy. But that guy.
That is crazy.
Look, man, I took their money. I got it all in this machine. Let me get it back out so I can get out of jail. I'll bail. I'll post bail, and then you'll never see me again.
So close to having what I need to take care of this.
That's the part of the story where I see myself. What do you mean I got to go to jail? I'm busy. I'm not even. Still got money in the machine.
Spare me a few more minutes.
Honey, keep an eye on my machine while I go to jail for a couple minutes. I'll be back.
Oh my
gosh. I'm sure they were like, no, sir. You even let the guy. You can't let the guy cash out, right?
Probably not.
You're gonna arrest him right then and there, right?
Probably yes.
Okay.
You're not on his timeline. You're on yours. You're a cop.
Drones have been in the news a lot.
So are they now? Are they measuring radioactivity? Is that what?
I don't know what. I didn't follow up on anything drone related last week. Like I said, I was busy. I got a new puppy in the house. I was binging a lot of television programs. I saw that they the government apparently admitted that they were government stuff, like some New Jersey government stuff. Right? Is that what I saw?
Now there's the boy that got hit by a drone.
That's what. Yeah. So now these drones, man, they're coming after us. Child hospitalized, #Florida child, hospitalized after was hit by one of several drones that crashed into each other during a aerial holiday show in Orlando. And we've seen these before. They did them at the Olympics.
Cool.
And it's really cool. Don't get me wrong.
Very.
But you could see where this could go bad quickly. I think they did it at Metallica. Like when we went on Metallication.
Right, they did.
And they had them up and it was less and they were smaller drones. But still, those things going as fast as they are, hitting you in the face could be very dangerous. The boy and his family watching the holiday drone show when something went haywire and several small drones collided and fell into the crowd, according to a statement from the FAA. This happened at about 7 o'clock on Saturday in Orlando. Thousands of spectators looking on. The injured boy's family said that he was hit in the chest by one of the falling drones, taken to the hospital by the fire department.
He's got serious injuries.
The family says that he was hit in the face and that he was, apparently suffering
think how
life-threatening
far down
injuries.
That's coming and how quickly. Nothing's really stopping it.
The incident occurring during one of 2 free holiday drone shows that had been scheduled for Saturday night. Following the incident, the city then canceled the second show.
Of course they did.
Due to what they described as technical difficulties.
Yeah, our drones fall from the sky. That's what the difficulties are.
Yeah, you think?
So 2 of the drones collided with each other accidentally and then fell.
Fire personnel already at the park, staffing an emergency tent set up about 50 feet from where the drone struck the child. So they were there in an instant. Following the mishap, paramedics quickly reaching the injured boy began administering first aid. The event did have a permit through the FAA. Obviously, got all that stuff. City conducting an investigation. City remaining in contact with the vendor and the FAA, who will conduct a thorough investigation.
Yeah.
Company issuing a statement saying it wants to extend our sincere hope for a full and speedy recovery to those impacted.
We didn't intend to injure a child at the Christmas drone show.
Yeah. Right? Hit in the face.
Wasn't our intention.
In the face. And in the chest. Ooh. Scary. And apparently, again, in more stupidity on TikTok.
But
people are putting glitter in their pickles to create glickles. This isn't the first time people have put glitter in their food.
Mm-mm.
What the F do you need glitter in pickles for?
I don't know.
Just to get followers on social media. Like, that's it. It's just to be trendy, which is dumb. Snickles, apparently, which were pickles stuffed with Snickers. Do you remember those?
Nope.
Also, glitter deviled eggs. People were making deviled eggs and putting glitter on them. Now people are doing the same thing with the glitter and the pickles, putting them together to make glickles.
Okay.
Latest food talk trend originating on a profile called Trans Trash Boat. The user, who goes by Jam on the social media platform, posting a video back at the end of November showing off a jar of pickles with edible glitter.
Well, I get it. Pickles are hot. Like we were just talking about, the pickle dip and all the different, Google trends of pickles. So if it's edible and you want them...
Bro, if I come to your house and there's glitter on any of my food, we're fighting.
Well, I know. For you, I get that. But
I will fight.
What about
first I'll leave, then I'll fight.
Think about our ex-coworker. She'd probably...
Oh, my God. Why would you want to poop glitter? Ooh, pretty pickles is what can be heard in the background of the Glickle video. I don't need my pickles to look pretty. I need them to look like and taste like pickles. Delicious, wonderful pickles.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb.
Yeah.
I hope 10 years from now we find out that these things are wreaking havoc on people's insides.
I don't care about
like
that.
Like microplastics.
Like, I don't care if people want to do that. If it's edible
care.
glitter and they want to make them pretty.
I only care in the sense that I want them to suffer.
Well, I don't care.
I would like that.
No.
Rip apart their insides
it's fine.
and teach them a lesson.
No.
Stop putting glitter in your food.
Whatever.
You big, stupid
Who cares?
Idiot.
Put some glitter on your eggs. Who cares?
I'm not putting glitter on my eggs.
I won't throw any pickles on your parade.
I had a discussion about you and your stupid reheated hard-boiled egg this week. Tell you what. You are not popular with the people at John's.
That is not a true statement, Brian.
Bro, they do not like you.
They do not like me.
Now that they know about your boiled egg tendencies,
it is not that
you may not be welcome there. You should be thanking me that I didn't bring this up when TD was working.
He's fine.
He wasn't working. Seth was working. You're lucky Squirrel, Guido, and TD were not there. They may have banned you for life.
They would not have.
For your weird
Not weird.
Boiled egg reheating
It's
process.
Just heat it up. That's all.
Everyone
And
there.
maybe put some edible
You
glitter
should have
on
seen
it.
the looks. There was a definite pause.
Yes. I might put some glitter on the top of my
Crazy.
charcuterie tray.
Well, 10 years from now, when those people are dying from some sort of glitter infestation in their colon
they're
wall,
fine.
they'll have you to
They're
thank.
fine. It's fine.
You know you can't get rid of glitter, right? It
I'm
just
not going to
lives
do
wherever
it. I'm
lives.
just saying I don't care if they want
Oh,
to.
man.
That's fine.
We're going to have an incident.
They can do that. I
Whole
don't care.
table, just like, like this.
These are connected to the actual wall.
I'll figure
you
it out.
can't flip them.
Get a car jack and crowbar and get this thing all flipped over.
Miter saw.
You can get a miter. It's Godsmack.
Rock mornings, Monday to Friday, 6 to 9. Email. I tried emailing you. Text. So many ways to check in with us. Check. We rely on you guys for traffic updates, requests, and all sorts of other stuff. Check this out.
Rockmornings.com is the website. You can find all of our contact info. You can listen to the show live on the website. You can also check out our daily podcasts, download, subscribe, all that crap. Register for contests. Text bright and early this morning from our guy Jim, listening in Kuwait, keeping freedom free.
Yeah, is he working this week? I
What
mean,
he said.
all the time, but he's actually out on route this week.
Jim said, wishing everyone a Merry Christmas, going on patrol the next couple of days. Have a great week. Thank you, Jim. Please be safe. Merry Christmas to you and the rest of the troops. Doc, listening in this morning, heard you mention the Kenosha Kickers jacket that you always forget to buy yourself.
Yes.
Doc said, my oldest son just got his Kenosha Kickers jacket a few weeks ago. It's freaking awesome.
I bet it is.
I asked him how the sizes run because sometimes when you buy things online,
You don't know what you're getting.
they could maybe say medium, but it's more like a small. Or maybe they say a large, but it's more like a large.
I hear you.
Doc said that his son bought it on Amazon, but he think it came from an As Seen on TV. That said, the sizes are normal, but I feel they ran a little small. You might want to go one size up from your typical size. Also, the zipper is on the left. Super annoying. So it's a ladies' jacket.
Got it.
Chris in Alabama. We were talking about Christmas horror movies. Chris said, Die Hard is and forever will be a Christmas movie, and if you don't agree with me, come fight me.
Mm-hmm.
He said even Die Hard 2 is a Christmas movie. I would
I don't
agree.
want to fight you. It's the holidays. You're fine. It's good.
Text from Cheryl earlier said that she put the studded tires on her vehicle because it's already slick out there. Wants to hear some Metallica.
Delivering packages. She's probably very,
Said
very, very,
Spring
very
Grove.
busy.
I got a text from Louie and also a message on Facebook from my guy Hans. They both said that First Blood, Rambo, First Blood, a Christmas movie.
Also a Christmas. Should have been on the list.
Brandon texting in just a few minutes ago about the Bengals fan who won the entire stadium free pizza for his 30-yard field goal. Said Donato's fixing to go bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that'll be fine.
They'll figure it out. They paid insurance for something like that. But he did kick a nice field goal. Real nice.
Ogre texting in a picture of some, it's like some shotgun shells. Remington drone loads. Said get yours before they're gone. Shooting drones out of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a problem with that in America pretty soon. Like a real legit, like, we already do have people. There's a guy in Florida there's a guy in Florida who shot down like a Walmart drone, right? Like,
yeah.
We're going to have a real problem with that. Like, I think in the future, as we try to transition to this whole drone thing, and whether you agree with me or not, that's fine. Or whether you like drones. I'm not saying I don't like drones. I'm just saying that I think in this country, as these things become more prevalent and they're flying near people's houses, you're going to have more people out in their backyard shooting these things down. I mean, people are just walking up to your house, taking your packages as it is. They got no fear when it comes to that stuff anymore.
Right. So
who's
we'll
to stop that
them.
from... Well, not only that, but then you get the crazy people who are like, they're spying on me.
Well, people in New Jersey are...
Oh, I don't blame them either. You know what I mean? You're living with this for months and months and months, and the government's like, we don't know what it is. Well, what the hell are you doing? Why are we paying your salary? Let's bum rush the Capitol. Let's figure it out.
Tell us what's going on here.
Travis said, I work for a local company that made health food shakes and powders, and one of the drinks had edible glitter in it. Well, Travis, it was nice knowing you, In 10 years when you have colorectal problems.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I know exactly where it's coming from.
I know what you're talking about.
Also, another text from a guy named Brian who said, Brian, I'm totally with you. F glitter. Can't stand the stuff. It never comes off. It should be thrown in the garbage. I should watch a video on that. Is it just like a
glitter?
Well, like they must take a
Edible
shiny
glitter?
piece of... No, just glitter in general. They must take a piece of shiny paper and they just cut it into a million zillion pieces, right?
I know that I had some glitter on this one wrapping paper I had, and now it's on my comforter.
Oh, it's everywhere.
On my bed.
Yeah.
Because I was wrapping in the bedroom.
We got a Christmas card last week, and I knew right away because it's puffy, and it makes a crinkling sound.
Is it from our coworker?
I don't know who it was from. I don't care. I hand it to my mom. I'm like, you're going to have to open this one. I'm not opening it. I don't open... TK?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't open those. I tell them all the time, like, I'm going to throw it right in the trash. I don't care if there's $1 million inside of it. You can put $1 million inside of a glitter card. I'm not getting the $1 million out. I want nothing to do with glitter. It's the herpes of the craft world. That stuff will stay with you forever. No, thank you. Have a great rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you tomorrow.